We are going to be doing the ocean currents readings. Make sure you have a copy of it out of the science drawer, and then we're going to read it as many times as you need to until you feel comfortable to read it back to me. So make sure you have one of these, and here we go. What factors affect surface currents? The water in the ocean moves in currents. A current is a large stream of water that flows through the ocean. Scientists put ocean currents in two categories: surface currents and deep currents. Surface currents move near the surface of the ocean. The figure below shows Earth's major surface currents. As you can see on the map above, some surface currents are warm and others are cold. Because of the unequal heating of the Earth, warm surface currents are most common in areas near the equator and then move toward the poles. Cold surface currents generally form near the poles and move back toward the equator. Wind causes all surface currents. Because wind is moving air, it has kinetic energy. As wind moves across the ocean's surface, its energy is transferred to the water. Therefore, the water at the surface begins to move. Remember that wind forms because of differences in air pressure. Air always moves from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. The moving air is wind, or atmospheric circulation. The Gulf Stream is a warm surface current that flows northward along the east coast of North America. It affects the climate of much of eastern North America and western Europe. What factors affect deep currents? Deep currents are cold, dense currents that flow far below the ocean's surface. Deep currents form when water near the poles sinks and flows beneath warmer, shallower water. The ocean water near the poles sinks because it is denser than the water in the rest of the ocean. Two main factors affect the density of the ocean water: salinity and temperature. Much of the water near the poles is frozen in icebergs and sea ice. Remember that when ocean water freezes, the ice that forms does not contain salt. The salt remains in the liquid water that is left behind when the ice forms. Therefore, the unfrozen water has a high salinity. The high salinity increases the water's density. Ocean water near the poles is very cold. The molecules in cold water are closer together than the molecules in warm water. Therefore, the cold water near the poles is much denser than the warmer water in the rest of the ocean. The high density of the water near the poles makes the water sink. The sinking water forms deep currents.